I don't understand why the National Planning Authority has failed to understand the work of integration. Just last year, when they were evaluating performance of ministries, 2 ministries scored 0. My ministry and Foreign Affairs. Can you imagine the Ministry of Foreign Affairs scoring 0? Organizing the summits, organizing regional meetings. Miaka, 0. I said to you guys, I'm here every talk about things in the EAC. You don't listen. You can't even listen to simple things. We just started the training in Swahili. They forgot about that. We opened those border posts. No, nothing about that. And we have engaged the last 3 years. By the way, personally, I think that this program is a coup even against Parliament. Because I pass myself, now if you have a program with 3 sectors, do you first address the agriculture sector on the issue, then you call the sector of industry separately, then you call the sector of health. What committee is that? So I even told them this is a coup against Parliament. And I have not yet understood the benefits of that change. Last time when we went to Manifesto, a meeting, they didn't know what to ask me and I didn't know what to ask. I found I did not fit in what they were doing. So I want you to help us explain to these obtuse people that we need our own program. It's not a question of pride. That day we were having a top management meeting, and my officers told me that when they got the government's program, they tell them your things are not a priority. You take 20,000 shillings, and the 100 goes somewhere else. How can you operate like that? And yet you are busy all the time. We talk about integration, economic advancement, industrialization, but they give you 20,000 shillings because they think you are doing nothing. So I still think Foreign Affairs and the EAC should have our own program, to insist on the program. Otherwise, for me, the sector approach is still relevant. Now, coming back to our theme about the communique, you heard about the resolve of the heads of state, the Council of Ministers, and all those who work with. And the question is whether, reflecting on the past, you can go back to the beginning. I'm talking about the real beginning, 1918, when Uganda and Kenya formed the first customs union. 1918, long before independence. Later they were joined by Tanganyika, and they kept on growing. The East African High Commission, 1948, where we really had common services, common railways, transport, research, etc. It was solid. Then we moved to the East African Committee of 1967. Another good one, real. And for me, I say real because my father worked in the East African community. And I know the benefits of the EAC. As a child, I traveled with my father to Mombasa on holiday. Train, subsidized ticket. It was a great thing. I can still remember riding through remote, very cold place, Naivasha. As a child, that's what I saw. That was a real community. Last week we were in Nairobi, Arusha. The Minister of Finance told me he wanted to talk to me. He told me that, I don't understand the community you're talking about. The community I know is the one where I, Kasaija, went to school in the University of Nairobi on a train. No one stopped me at any border. No one asked where I was going. No one asked me how long I'm going to be in Kenya, why I'm in Kenya. So he said, what we are discussing in this meeting, that's why he said, he kept quiet because he said he was lost. The consultant said, I'm not, where you are is not where I am. So I think we need to reflect on where we want to go. And later in the summit, the heads of state were complaining about the failure by the bureaucrats to acknowledge the mission of integration. Each of them said, we are committed, but it's the people who work with us who are not committed. Because President was asking, we have been meeting and agreeing with this. What happens afterwards? Everybody goes home and the president is happy. So I hope that we can work towards making this a reality. Honorable Nyamusa has told you that integration is a matter of survival. Just during the weekend, I read in the press the president of America. He threatened the Buddhist countries that if you dare stop using the dollar, I will deal with you in tariffs. And the first person to, Canada is not one of the Greece, but he also threatened Canada. Within 24 hours, President Trudeau, Prime Minister Trudeau, had to fly and sell Munang to what they put. Now, how can a small country like Uganda fight the BRICS, fight the trade regime of the US alone? So we need to be together, we need integration, so that we can speak on one voice and support one another. We also talked about the issue of the strategic security. It's very, very important. We've had a volatile situation in the Eastern DRC, and one of the things we agreed upon was to establish a mutual defense pact to help us support one another. But so many things, of course, have been said. I just want to ask ourselves to recommit to the treaty, sensitize our population, and I'm happy the young people are here. I hope that they take the message home that integration is the way forward. Thank you very much. Congratulations. Happy anniversary.
What are the challenges? What should we do? And even proposing, moving forward for next 25 years. Can you imagine yourself next 25 years where you will be? East Africa will be fully integrated, even within the African Union. So they really shared with us. We had a wonderful time. They shared with us. The heads of state were around. They were given an opportunity in the afternoon of 29th. They also talked about East African community. Where are we? What has gone right? And where have we made mistakes? And going forward, how do we move? So it was a wonderful time that we had in Arusha, celebrating the 25 years of EAC integration. So today, because we didn't have much time to celebrate on the same day 30th, we are with that let's have it on the 5th here in Uganda and celebrate, do our own celebration. So thank you very much for organizing. What I want to do, just talk to you. After the summit, the Council Summit, we had been invited to go to Kigali to talk about Africa. They are now talking, they are thinking now Africa, because remember, the RECs, the Regional Economic Communities, are just a building block into the African Union. The bigger picture is to go to the African Union, but through the building blocks of RECs. So we had a chance to have a meeting organized by Trademark Africa, where we were talking about African trade development and digitalization. In others, going forward, because of Africa's younger generation, because of Africa's big generation, they are thinking that 2050, Africa will be the place to be. And that we shall have a big market, but we should also be producing a lot. Because you remember, we have an advantage, population advantage. Whereas in developed countries, people are growing old. In Africa, people are young. We have the majority of the people young. And these people, if we invest time, we invest skills, we invest resources, we invest education, this will be the next generation to be a place where there will be production, a place where people will use digital knowledge, AI, artificial intelligence, to really promote our African development. Therefore, I want to talk to us, the staff of Miaka. 25 years are gone. We are now starting the next 25 years. No guessing. What is it that we want? How do we want to try Uganda to participate effectively in the coming African Union, in the coming East African community, in the area of education, in the area of trade, What information do we prepare? Look at the age group. Whom are we talking to? Are we talking to ourselves? Are we talking to the mature people? Are we talking to the youths? What is it that we want to say? How do we prepare them to be an asset? Because if we are going to leave them the way they are not going to be an asset. The younger people are people who can now use the digital knowledge. They can use artificial intelligence to change the country in a much faster way. Development used to take so long. But right now, with artificial intelligence, with digitalization, development takes a short time. What is it that we want to do to make sure that in the National Development Plan 4, we plan to do things different. We plan to organize ourselves. We plan to reach out the target group deliberately in our plans, in our budgets. Where do we want to put resources? This is what I want to say. As we now finish 25, it is gone. That will never come back. What about the coming 25 years? Let's be deliberate. Let's go back. Let's rethink and let's prepare ourselves to be an asset to the people of Uganda and people of Africa.